On Saturday, I'll be going to the university graduation ceremony of my son Michael. He's passed his bar exam, and as from Monday, he can apply for his license for the OAB. It's the Order of Brazilian Lawyers.
Yeah.
And he will train and study international law.
Mm.
Now, I only wish him the same success as the brief that worked on the Fuad Awali case. That he was the guy who in 2013 executed two teenagers and caused so much trouble on the inside of the prison that he was put in solitary. And because of his solitary confinement, he claims he became depressed.
Oh. Mm.
But not half as depressed as the parents of the youth he killed. But, you know,
Yeah.
that's another story.
Yeah.
My subject today isn't so much of his crime, but of the crime, one could say, of ethics of his ambulance-chasing lawyer.
Yeah.
You see, the lawyer decided to take the depression case to the High Court. And the High Court found in 2024 that Awali's treatment of segregation, in spite of his disruptive and violent behaviour, had contravened Article 8 of the European Convention of Human Rights.
Oh, yeah.
This was back in 2024.
Yeah.
Over the last week, it's been revealed that the plaintiff, Awali, was awarded £7,500 in compensation. Now, if this were not enough, and to add insult to injury, his lawyer claimed and received £235,000 in expenses. How is this possible, I ask myself, £250,000 for a case that's only worth £7,500? And there lies, in my view, the real crime, the crime of ethics, of a lawyer claiming so much for such a simple case.
Yeah.
And it looks as though Lammy, who is the head of the Justice Department, he's also a lawyer. And so will not contest the outcome of the case, probably wanting to protect his class, his colleague in his class.
Yeah.
In working class, you know.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Sector of people. Yes.
Yeah. Whilst, of course, he emptied the public purse because it's public money, and anybody who's on the inside can get their hands on it. So, you know, hopefully Michael will be as ruthless and jump on board that bandwagon. And I might just get a new car out of it, I think. But I think it's a disgrace for a complaint about being in solitary confinement and being compensated £7,500, that a lawyer is able to claim £250,000 for his expenses. I mean, here in Brazil, if you have a complaint, the lawyer normally gets 30% of the value of the claim.
Yeah.
Something's amiss in the UK. If this is the norm, I'm not surprised that there's so many lawyers jumping on the European Commission of Human Rights cases, because they're going to be raking it in if this is the norm.
Right. Yes. Okay. Well. Okay. I'm going to start up by saying yes. Lawyers, as you know, do have to study hard, supposedly, and have to pass a bar exam, etc., be qualified, and like anyone else, like a doctor, like any other professional engineer. So yeah, suitable remuneration for the sacrifice they've made, by financially and in time and everything else, and stress and everything else. Okay, they've had to earn their stripes, as it were. But yes, And again, it's human nature. Any of us, as like you said, if your son jumped on it, you wouldn't be objectionable because you think, well, if the opportunity's there, you're probably going to
I,
take it.
yeah, I think it's wrong,
Yeah, yeah,
but that is the norm.
mm,
Either something needs to be done about it,
yeah.
or
Um, now, now in the UK, if we look to who's been lawyers in the past in senior positions in politics, I'm thinking off the top of my head, the current leader of the UK, Sir Keir Starmer, is a lawyer, is a barrister, whatever you want to table. David Lammy is. In the past, you've had Tony Blair. Um, I'm just trying to think that there's been scatterings in senior positions of lawyers all across UK politics all the time.
yes, of
Um,
course.
and then when you look at it, the people associated, Sherry Blair was a better lawyer apparently than Tony Blair was. Um, Human rights lawyer as well to boot. She has actually taken her husband's government to court at one point as well, which yeah is a bit of a strange
I
one.
don't mind taking the government to court.
Yeah,
I don't mind about that.
no,
It's
but I'm just sort of saying
the
I'm looking.
remuneration that
Yeah,
I'm complaining about.
yeah, I know, and it's a normality of things and what's going down. Um, yes, the opportunity is there. The ECHR is a gravy train, probably not only in the UK, across Europe as well, for all I know. I don't care. I don't really look at it every day. I don't wake up thinking about it. Um, but yes, and these people will jump on anything. Um, and that's what lawyers do. And you called them ambulance chasing. Yes, he picks up a case that potentially could be quite lucrative. He or she can. Yeah. Female
But the
barristers as
case,
well.
the case, the case in itself wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, I had a lawyer in the UK when I
Mm,
lived here in Brazil
mm,
to sort out a case out for me,
mm,
and he told me from the beginning it's £300.
mm.
I said, all right, let's do it. You know,
Well,
and my
um,
and I got out of it was an awful lot more than £300.
yeah. But yeah, okay. He was on an emerging cost contract, we might call it. Sounds like. As opposed to an up upfront thing. Now the other ones are the ambulance chasers also, no win, no fee. They
They
push,
get they get a percentage.
yeah, like they should in Brazil, they get 30%. Um, which again is probably quite fair. You win, you you're on a contract, you get it. If you're a successful lawyer and good at what you do, you get remuneration. If you're not so successful, you get less. Um, yeah, I know there is something wrong. You probably find if they try to use a different scheme, there'd be all sorts of things from Europe. All this is all wrong on lawyers. Um, and yes, it is a self-feeding industry, no doubts about it, and that's becoming more and more apparent. Particularly the human rights side. When we're in trouble, and in the UK, when you get arrested, the police officer, the arresting police officer, or somebody involved, well, it's not the arresting police officer, it's somebody else that's there, will ask you, do you have a lawyer you can phone, or you will be appointed one? Yeah, and I think that's true in America as well, but I think that's true in the UK. I've never been arrested. I've never had to use the service, so I don't really know, thankfully. Yeah, I think I've got parents that are very thankful of that as well. Um, that's yeah. So you will be on public expense. So your initial contact with a lawyer will be on initial public expense. They'll have an on-call lawyer who'll get out. He'll probably charge the whoever it is he charges for his time. Yeah,
Yeah, but
or their
in
time.
this case, these cases, Mark, is that the lawyer on public expense is a fixed fee for the
Yeah,
lawyers,
yeah.
right? And you can argue as much as you like, that the lawyers are getting what they deserve.
Well, I mean,
But
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah,
when you're talking about £250,000 for a case that's worth 7,500,
yeah.
there's something There's something wrong with that balance.
Well, yeah, and again, um, if it's public expenditure, it should be subject to public scrutiny. And by
Yeah.
public scrutiny, I mean we should all be
Well, I
allowed.
mean, Abbey scrutinised it. He
Yeah,
said he's not going to contest the decision by the courts. Of course he is. I
but
think I now think I know why politicians in the UK don't
mm,
want to leave the ECHR,
mm,
and that Farage does because he's not a lawyer.
exactly, that's the point I'm making. How many senior political figures have been or are connected with lawyers? Um,
They all want to
and
dip.
yeah, and it's a yeah, I mean, even somebody that's married to a lawyer, if you were married to a lawyer, you're in the same case, would you vote for a law would take money out of your pocket? Just asking.
But
It's a
yeah,
hypothetical question. Yeah.
it's up to the House of Commons to change, put limits on fees for lawyers and things like this, because
Yeah.
otherwise there's going to be no limit. I mean, today it's £250,000. Tomorrow
Mm.
it could be 500,000 or 1 million.
Well, again, the fact this is the one we know about, how many more? How much more? Um,
And the fact that it was kept under wraps for 2 years.
well, of course it was. Um, yeah, and then probably if you try and inquire too much about how and again how this lawyer's put his fee in, he'll probably say, "Well, that's my private business. I'm a private business." You have to get you'll have to get a court injunction to look at that, which will probably never come. Um, Yet we know it's left the government bank account, as it were, or the public bank account, and gone into his bank account. But how does he justify paying that? How does he justify doing that? I mean, that's it. Um, if the guy has been found, and I'm not suggesting he is fraudulent, and I'm not suggesting in this case legally it is, but if a lawyer does take on a case that's proved to be fraudulent, they should be struck off and dealt with according to the law.
I'm
Um,
sure the lawyer was charging was is quite legal.
yes, that's the point I'm
That,
making. Yeah,
that,
yeah,
that isn't the point
yeah.
that I'm trying to make. I'm not saying the lawyer acted illegally.
Mm,
I'm just saying that these costs
mm.
are so
Incredible. Yeah,
ridiculously high
yeah.
for a case that is so that could have been you just needed the back of a fact packet to work out how much the plaintiff was to get.
Well, again, um, if again, yeah, I agree with you. If the lawyer went for maximum value, and there is a little bit thing when you are going for expenses, and let's just say it's like filling out an expense account. This is what I do with. Now he probably itemized all this. I would hope he did. I hope he didn't just put a fixed sum to someone. And that would be the thing that'd be scrutinized and challenged. It could be a case that he actually put a higher figure in legitimately and got
Well, we don't
something.
know that. We
Yeah,
just know,
yeah, that's what I said. It's
what
hypothetical. Yeah,
the conclusion was.
yeah. I mean, we don't know the full how the costs were broken down. Is it a flat fee he charged, a flat fee plus, a flat fee plus expenses, a flat fee and what somebody thought he should be earning?
That's irrelevant. All of that is irrelevant because
No.
the court decided
Mm,
that's what he should get.
yeah, and yeah, but that's what I mean. How was that broken down?
Well, you know,
That's the big question, and I'm trying to put a rationale on it. Um, at some point, yeah, okay, the court would to decide, but I would imagine he isn't sitting there and sort of saying, yes, I'll only do this for £10. Yeah, they decided to do it, and there would hopefully be a chain of people who would be decided this bit.
I bet Wally, the plaintiff, I bet he's depressed now, knowing that his lawyer made £250,000 off his back, and he's just got 7.5.
But he's probably is he still in prison or is
He's in
he?
prison. Of course, he's in prison. He killed 2 kids.
Yeah, well, um, well, he's bound to be in solitary because of yeah, prisoners have a code of ethics as well, believe it or not. Well, and Yeah, okay. Well, solitary made him depressed, but he's in solitary for his own protection.
He was put in solitary because he attacked a prison guard and
Mm, mm.
held him hostage.
Yeah, I missed that part. Yeah, I mean, um,
Just generally causing trouble on the wing.